Hi, this is ProACT Sam with some know-how and important news for expats living and working abroad in Cyprus. This is a special update on the new double taxation treaty between Cyprus and the UK for UK expats living and working in Cyprus and Cyprus expats living and working in the UK. It's important news because on the 1st of January 2019 there's a new double taxation treaty between the two countries, and this makes some big changes to any expats receiving pensions from the UK or from Cyprus with a government service pension. And there's action that you must take. You must take action, because if you don't, your tax position could be affected and you could find yourself paying up to 45% UK tax or 35% Cyprus tax on your pensions. So here's the news in this video, and you can get some more information from our website, and we've got information later on about a free download you can get to help you carry out this work. So let's get right into it. I call them public service pensions just so we can clarify. The official word is a government service pension. What do we mean by a public service pension? A public service pension is anything that's paid from a government source. So it could be a military pension, a local authority pension, national health service pension, but it could be a company associated with that. It could be from diplomatic service or from a government-owned company. And you know, the work may not have been carried out in the UK. So if you worked in the in an embassy around the world, it could still be taxed in the UK or Cyprus. But a public service pension is not the state pension. The basic state pension of Cyprus and UK is not this scheme. That's funded through the social insurance scheme. It's about public service pension schemes. Now, under the new double taxation treaty between Cyprus and the UK that came into force on the 1st of January 2019, one of the provisions is that any public service pension is taxed by the home country. So that means that if you've got any such pension from the UK and you're a retired expat in Cyprus paying 5% tax, you could now be liable to pay as you earn tax at source in the UK up to 45% on your pension. And if you don't do, and up until before Christmas you had no choice, but just before Christmas a change was made to give a concession. So what the situation is this, because there is a bit of an options that people have got. Under the new double taxation treaty, if you've got a public service pension from Cyprus or the UK, then that pension will only be taxed in the country that pays the pension. So a UK military pension will only be taxed in the UK under the 2018 treaty. Now, if your pension is below £12,000 in the UK, that's okay, because your personal allowance in the UK is £12,000. So you won't get any tax. So expats with a small public service pension below £12,000, the personal allowance, will actually get an additional £12,000 personal allowance against their pension income. The rest of their income, their earnings, their business, other pensions and state pensions can be taxed in Cyprus at the Cyprus tax rates of up to 5%. However, if that public service pension is more than £12,000, then you're starting to pay 20% tax in the UK, that then rises to 45% above £46,000. So there is quite a concern among expats that this could be quite detrimental to them. The reverse applies if you've got a Cyprus government pension and you're living in the UK. The same options and rules apply. Now, UK expats in Cyprus have got a 5% pension, so it's a very, very good tax rate, and there could be a big tax hike for some of those people. But for people on medium incomes or with pensions from more than one source, it actually could mean that they're gaining a 12,000 personal allowance to reduce their tax liability. So if you've got a 12,000 public service pension and a 12,000 private pension, one can be taxed in Cyprus with no tax, and the other can be taxed in the UK with no tax. So a £24,000 pension could now, a UK expat could now retire in Cyprus with a £24,000 pension and pay no tax at all. So this is quite a good situation if your income is organised in the right way, and you will want to be taxed under the new 2018 Double Taxation Treaty. However, for those that, just to clarify, that above £17,000 you start getting into tax in Cyprus. Below £17,000, your public service pension, there's no tax in the UK. So you'd be paying £1,000 tax in the UK on a 17,000 public service pension. There'd be zero tax still in Cyprus. So it's less attractive for those people. But above that, the maximum tax rate a Cypriot taxpayer needs to pay is 5%. So it's a very attractive tax regime for expats. What the concession is that expats can now elect from the 1st of January 2019 to pay, to have their pension taxed in the other country for up to 5 years. But you have to send a letter to your tax authority. If you don't send that letter, then you will be taxed in your home country. If you do nothing, the tax change will take effect. So you need to make that election, and that this is a letter which has to have the right wording, the right format and the right information sent to the tax office of the country that's paying that tax. Now we've got a copy of that letter on our website, which is free for you to download, and the link is below, but you can access it through ProACTPartnership.com. So go along, download a copy, and you could submit that letter. If you need any help and advice, we can help you. But everybody wouldn't do it. As we're saying, if you've got the right mix of pensions, or your pension is not that high, or your pension is very high, you might choose a different way. But going back to the old rules, if you've got a large pension, the maximum tax rate you'll pay is 5%. But if you don't submit it on time, you won't get tax relief for 2019 at all. The maximum you can get relief for at the moment is to 2024. We'll have to wait and see if the concession is extended beyond that, but you can guarantee the lowest rate of tax for the next 5 years if you submit this letter to your tax authority. The other instances when it might apply, and you might need to consider it, is that with this pension arrangement, the pension in Cyprus is a maximum rate of 5%. So under the 1974 Double Taxation Treaty, even if you're earning 150,000, you're still paying 5% tax, you receive a no taxation code under that 1974 Double Taxation Treaty. Now the no taxation code has been challenged and disrupted a bit over the last few years as the UK have introduced personal tax accounts in addition to self-assessment, and any errors in the system have led to tax demands which have had to be resolved by appeals and negotiations resolutions. Because a pension should be registered under a double taxation treaty by application, and to pay that tax in Cyprus or in the UK, with an update of this registration letter to elect to pay the tax for 5 years in your resident country as opposed to the tax paying country. So it is important that if you have never registered a pension in Cyprus, you may need to do that double taxation treaty. And if you have got a pension that is very high, or a pension that is above £12,000, and you do nothing, then in February 2019 you'll start to get a tax coding which will ignore any previous no taxation coding and put you on the new arrangement under the 2018 tax treaty. So if you previously registered the double taxation treaty for your pension income or your royalty income, for your pension income, if you've previously done that, it doesn't matter, because if you do nothing, you will still get a new tax code being issued in February that will put you onto the new 2018 treaty system, and you over £12,000 you will start paying tax in the UK. Now don't forget that up until £17,000 you won't pay any tax in Cyprus, so this will bring some people into tax if they don't take action. Those tax codings will come out in February. The pension payers by the beginning of March will be applying those tax coding, and the April payments of pension will include a tax deduction at source. Now the only way you can do that is to interject and send that letter into a tax letter sooner. So this is what we're offering. This this election letter is available. A copy of that, a draft of that, is on our website. If you need any help or advice, we're available for a free review. You can contact us and we'll organise a free review to discuss with one of our advisors how we can help you. For our existing tax clients, we'll provide this service for free, and it's fully available to you. You know, if you want to become a new client or be advised on whether you need to elect or not, what's going to be your best circumstance, again, we can help you either online or in our office. So we go along to our website at ProACTPartnership.com if you want to download a copy of the election letter to have your pensions taxed in your country of residence, be that Cyprus or the UK, and contact us if you want to any help or advice or guidance. And any of our tax clients should contact us directly and make sure that they've signed a copy of the election letter, and we get it posted as quickly as possible to stop there being a disruption and some tax being deducted for 2 or 3 months. It'll only get busier. There'll only be, like Brexit, there'll be lots of changes, lots of hiccups. There'll be some winners and some losers. We need to take this action now. But the good news is that under the 2018 Double Taxation Treaty, UK expats with public service pensions can get more personal allowance. So there will be some winners who pay less tax and could earn up to £27,000 pension before getting taxed. However, there will be some losers that may pay more tax, but you can revert to the old system on the old Double Taxation Treaty from 1974, but you need to elect to do that. Time to act is now, and so we recommend that to expats. Contact us. If you think this is important, please share this with anybody that you know has got an expat pension that's registered and living in Cyprus, or a Cypriot living in the UK. It's important that we take action now. So share, comment and advise and update people, and we're here to help. Call us or email us at info@proactpartnership.com. Great to hear from you. Keep in touch, let us know how can we help. We're here to serve, and we'll see you next time, living and working abroad.